Well, that was interesting.
That is
Stage picks on these characters is going to be super crazy. I don't know where they're going to go. Zetterburn. Do you want a small stage or a big stage?
I'm assuming you actually are terrified of... Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. I was going to guess terrified of small side blast zones because unless your DI and drift is perfect, getting out of those up air strings by Ori is a nightmare.
You're going to explode.
Yeah.
And on the other end, though, it's Zetterburn on rock wall, which means if you're on fire, you're at kill percent.
That is
and
true.
That's scary.
Like, Ori's already a light character as it is, so his death percent is maybe like -7 on fire.
That's not right. Before you're on fire, you're at kill percent. Oh.
And yet he's on fire, but he lays on the pressure regardless, looking for these up airs. Great, honestly, fantastic DI from Sino in that situation. He was at over 70%. The forward strong is going to do it, though, right afterwards.
And it's really cool to see Kenneth go Ori. I've actually not seen this Ori before. Last time I saw Kenneth, he was playing Raster against Chompers and against a few people at Hyrule Saga. So does he tend to stick with one character per tournament, or does he tend to switch characters mid-tournament?
It sounds like he just like picks one per tournament because like at least based on like the one time I saw him at a local as well, like he was just going like all arcane that tournament.
That's so interesting. Like, that's not an easy thing to do, man.
Yeah, the only other player I hear that does it is Full Stream, but like I guess that's pretty good company to be in.
This is also true. No, he plays on the keyboard, right, Kenneth? No, he doesn't. That's
yeah, he's not playing on a keyboard.
That's Windows and Protagify, but
yeah.
Warriors.
Here we go, another series of up airs. And just like that,
well done. Pressure the Zetterburn, make him think that it's safe to throw out a riskier option to get out, and then just punish it.
Because what happened there is, remember the previous time, Sino tried to recover low, right? And he got caught with the forward strong. So there's like, well, I'm not going to recover low. I'm going to try recovering high. And then he recognizes that's going to be Sino's next thought and already has the parry ready to go.
And that's so cool to see like these high-level players where you can watch their ideas, watch their brain move, and just kind of say, okay, the best option for me to pick is this, and I'm going to cover it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you won't listen to as much mid-level because sometimes people just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That was at like 70, dude!
Yeah, once again, just ready to go at that ledge. And a big part of what makes that like so possible is that like while Zetter is above the stage line, you know down B is a possibility and you can react to up B coming out. So then it's just like, well, I'll wait for the beginning of the dive and I'll parry in reaction to it. And once he sinks down below, then I can just start triggering the forward strong.
Yep. So right off the bat, we're going to another small stage. And I think Kenneth showed his expertise on small stages with close blast zones.
This is the opposite. It's a small stage with huge blast zones.
Huge blast
So it's just like, let's put him out of his element. Let's see what he does on the opposites. But Kenneth so far not losing a beat, just sticking out here near the ledge. Oh, beautiful tech, yeah. Absolutely necessary.
I think that was a little early of a forward smash by the Ori. You want to wait until the Zetterburn took a little past ledge so you can't tech it.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, even with Ori, you might still be able to tech it because of the multi-hit.
Yeah, like to be able to SDI down.
Such an interesting way to like have a slight nerf on that character on Ori.
Oh. Interesting, but Sino makes it work.
Tricky forward smash.
Yeah. And he takes the first stock, he takes the lead in the set. He's had trouble doing that in the previous game.
This could be a really good spot to be in.
Yeah. These up airs aren't going to kill him. The down air will do the trick, though. And it was amazing. Kenneth jumped off stage and put himself in position before the up B even started. He was just expecting the up special and was ready to kill it right as soon as it came out.
Ooh, this pressure from Sino. I just now realized his tag is literally Sino.
Yeah.
Like the region of Pokemon.
From, I think it's Gold and Silver, right?
Sino, no. Sino was
I thought Johto was...
Johto is Gold and Silver.
Oh, okay.
It's Kanto, Johto, Ho, and Sino.
You're right, yeah. Wow.
So I think it's Gen 4. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know.
This is for Twitch chat to correct us on.
This is Twitch chat's job.
Oh, coming up with the fireball and actually breaking through that forward strong. Sino managing to reclaim the stage, get himself in a nice juggle position. Just waiting for the parasol to come out. Kenneth leaping from one platform to the ground floor, making it really hard to track his movement.
His movement is fantastic on these platforms. I did not expect that. We didn't really get to see it much on Rockwall because, wasn't necessary. He had him on the ledge the entire game.
Yeah.
But in this game, we see a lot of just jumping on these platforms just to not make it clear how he's going to approach. I will say he's favoring that top platform on the right. Whenever he runs by it, he seems to like just landing on it.
He's able to ascend to it so quickly, just like a quick double jump.
Off of it too.
Yeah. But he finds that next up air. Sino, though, immediately answers back with an up strong, taking out Kenneth. putting him down to exactly even 1 stock apiece. The Sign Flame coming in handy here, too.
Gotta say, though, man, seeing an Ori live is pretty exciting.
Ready to go to tech off that wall after that.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I do like how Kenneth backed off. Okay, you know what? You're in a spot where I actually can't predict what you're going to do because you have all your resources still. I'm going to back off and let you dig your own grave. And that's exactly what you should do with the Zetterburn. If you're not sure what he's going to do, just react. Back off so he can't surprise you and react. That is not what I mean by react.
You see what was incredible? We were talking about these immediate adjustments that Sino was doing like earlier that Kenneth was catching on to, right? And that was another example of one of those adjustments where Sino remembered last time he killed me with a spike because I tried to up special from this location. So whatever I do, I will not be at that specific spot. And he specifically like air dodge out of that spot. And then immediately after Kenneth was down airing there.
This little orb of light flying to the blast zone, dude.
Yeah, it's just, even in those situations, you know, Sino is still adjusting every single beat that he can, so Kenneth needs to keep it fresh if he wants to keep up his momentum.
That's a big thing. For obviously a lot of mid-level players struggle with this, and it can catch top-level players too. It's so, I just realized that the Zetterburn's on fire, not the Ori. It threw me off for a second there. I was like, yo, fire strong attacks? Wait, that's not the right one. Oh!
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Yep.
What was I even saying?
You were saying about something that mid-level players do that catches top-level players off guard. Is I assume picking the same option multiple times in a row.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And it can catch you. And if you're expecting them to mix up and they don't, it can catch you off guard. And on the other end, a top-level player will sniff it out. Like, okay, he's done this really tricky, really good recovery, but he's done it 4 times in a row, so I'm just going to stand under it and forward smash.
Yeah.
And it'll work wonderfully. Like, honestly, wonderfully. I love his sign use there to get to ledge a little easier.
Oh, unfortunately, he already wall jumped.
I don't like that use, though.
Yeah. Kenneth, I mean, he was trying to mix it up, like we said, just having to stay 1 step ahead, but Sino intimidated him into just being off stage entirely.
Ooh, I love the dash attack, though. That's smart, using dash attack, that little disjoint, because you will stop at the corner, so you'll kind of just freeze there with a hitbox out.
And then there's also the chance of getting that sweet spot, too, where you get to just cancel all the lag afterwards and get whatever you want.
And dash attack is not very laggy normally,
so
you're pretty safe in throwing it out as a disjointed coverage.
These a couple jabs.
I like these signless smash attacks, too.
Wow. Sino calling out the approach. Just nah, man, get out of my skies. I'm swatting that. I'm shoryuing that.
And if your opponent is always approaching you with jumps, always approaching with like nairs, whatever, you can do that. You have to have confidence in yourself that you can absolutely do that.
There we go. Oh,
like
DI's out. Good DI by Sino.
Great down B2 to just knock him away and turn us into his edge guard. I like the simultaneous air dodge.
Yeah.
Try to get above the Ori to get a punish, but Ori was just a little bit too high.
It's actually pretty scary right now. On fire for Kenneth. Honestly, even without the fire, remember, he died to that upstrong at about 103%, so he doesn't even need the flames to kill him at this point.
And then we see another tech of that forward smash. He's definitely letting these forward smashes rip a little early, and Sino is teching all of them and getting punished. So your best bet here, you can parry the Zetterburn if he's this close to ledge. He's been running straight into that corner there, right?
Yeah.
And if he's expecting a tech opportunity, you could probably get a parry because that means he's trying to fly into the wall.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good mix-up. Yeah, just don't hit him, basically.
You really got to look at what your opponent wants to do to beat what you're doing, and then find something that just destroys them for trying to play that smart. Like, oh, you're playing really smart. Let me make you feel really dumb for it.
It's part of that same like top cycle to like mid-level like rock paper scissors thing. Is like a lot of times it's the aggressively like dumb options that will completely total somebody playing smart.
And it's so funny how that works. To that lower level, you expect those options. You only expect those options.
Oh, fade back up air does the trick, and Kenneth actually pulls that out.
It was wonderful.
To be honest, I kind of was assuming Sino was taking that game because he had like such a strong lead, had an extra stock to spare, and so much damage on Kenneth, but Kenneth kept it together.
So there's definitely a thing to say for conditioning, right?
Yeah.
You can go for the same option multiple times as a good player and be fully aware that your opponent will react to it. And then once it matters, punish it even harder than you would have the first time.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool thing. Making your opponent feel comfortable is one of the best tactics in any kind of fighting. And anything. I believe Sun Tzu even, the art of war, right?
Yeah.
Like, if your opponents feel like they're doing good and they're winning and they're comfortable, that's like the best thing in the world for you.
Yes.
As long as you have it under your control too. So definitely a pretty awesome spot to be in if you can control it. And Ken has done such a good job of controlling not only the stage, but this matchup, really.
Yeah, right now he's not finding any extensive carries except in the beginning when he got a couple of pairs off stage. But these drive-by hits where he's just like poking Sino on his way back to the other side, they've been racking up pretty big damage already, 120%.
I gotta say, he's doing a good job holding that center stage, too.
Oh!
Sino with them. I want to say it's a read, but at this point, it's more of like, jump over my head now. It's time. It's your turn. Yikes, man. So we see all these like little pokes in neutral, these really tricky movements from Kenneth, but we see Sino just not caring.
Yeah.
You're going to go into one of my strong attacks eventually, and you'll probably pop.
And that's kind of, it's with the character design too, right? Like, Ori is meant to be this fast little trickster character, but the downside of it is that he's built out of, toothpicks. So you just, like, when you do hit him a couple times, like, he goes flying.
Paper mache and toothpicks. Held together by love, honestly.
That's what sign's there for.
Aw. So, I've never seen, I haven't seen Sino Zetterflip at all. And I guess it's not the best mix-up in the world. As he said,
yeah.
like on cue. I guess it's not the best mix-up in the world, but I always find it interesting just to see the difference in timing, But with the way Kenneth has been playing, maybe he knows that Kenneth will punish her on reaction.
I'm once again seeing himself through that force right. It looks like that first game he was having issues learning, like getting that tech timing down, but as the set has gone on and he's got more opportunities, he's just kind of, labbed it on the fly.
And that's what you want to see from a player like him.
Oh, he's still alive, though.
As we speak, man, another tech option from Sino.
And once again, teching off the dash attack, but that's going to do the trigger. And that's what you were looking for, right? Suctioning off the ledge that he wouldn't be able to tech the last killing blow.
That was so smart to be so far back that it pulled him away. Because you need to be careful not just to do it past rising, right? You need to be able to catch him after. And if you're Sino, you're looking for the Ori to dash back. You need to go straight up and land.
Yeah.
But it's not easy, man. It's super tricky. Zetterburn, turns out recovery is pretty hard to use effectively against certain characters,
Oh, man, the wizard's foot!
You're going to tech it, and then I'm going to spike you again.
Wow. Okay,
man.
So we got ourselves a game 5?
We got a game 5, and this set, so many of these games didn't look like it was going to be a game 5 game.
Yeah.
They looked like they were going to be like a destruction on one character's end, but they always come down like last stock, last hit.
Yeah.
And games where I'm sure Sino has won, Ken takes out. Games where Ken has just such a strong commanding lead, he gets up strong to neutral. and he is like, oh, okay, never mind, my bad, my mistake. We're
going to go to Endless Abyss for the final stage. No platforms, nothing in the way. Just a whole bunch of neutral.
I am afraid of this stage. FD can be such a defining stage for characters and matchups, man.
I always think about the juggling situation on these stages. Like,
getting attacked there, that is unfortunate.
Once you get popped up, man, the other guy gets just to have such a ball, and you only have one jump and one air dodge.
And here we see it. A good 33% on just one up air.
Oh, that was not what Kenneth was looking for, but he doesn't get punished too badly, but Sino finds himself another parry. So far, Kenneth looking to have a bit of an easier time in the disadvantage state, but, I mean, he doesn't have much more life left into the stock. Yeah, that's going to do it.
Try to leaf pump a little bit there, just stall him as much as you can, but the fire line's not taking that bait. So we have only one camera spot, so we actually cycle between which person's on the camera for this one.
Oh, okay.
Because we actually have a head-to-head setup. So we have two monitors up there, so players are sitting across from each other, looking at their own screen, able to be comfortable on their own seating.
Forward strong, barely does it. And this is the exact same situation we saw in the previous stock, where Kenneth is at 30%, Sino drops down and gets 3 or 4 neutral wins and takes the stock right afterwards. Oh, but the parry coming out from Kenneth, and he's keeping his own momentum going this time. Actually, that was a sick tech read.
It was.
It makes sense because it was a spike that you'd expect them to always be rolling in, but it's still nice to see the up tilt.
This is an interesting...
there we go!
Those techs were a little more suspect. He tech rolled, Ken ran up to it to get a punish on it, really wasn't able to find anything, so he kind of just jabbed at nothing and then just tried to get a follow-up. And the second time Sino noticed that and just got a punish instead. He's like, okay, you're not timing these well, I'm just going to blow you up for it. And that's a good lesson there.
Yeah, but then Kenneth still pulls it together in the end. Has an overall strong enough lead. I mean, he got Sino up to 66% when his first stock was gone. So